Shall we?
Surely.
All right.
Welcome to Challenge Beach.
How about we shut up?
I did a bunch of these, and then I realized that there's very little reward for them aside from extra music, so I stopped.
Yeah. Music and experience. That's it.
Oh, yeah.
Except for the planning tests. Those actually teach you some really good things.
Oh, yeah. Those are actually good lessons.
So we've got a real fight on our hands for this one. And I am going to do my level best to absolutely trivialize it. Now, the nice thing about these tests is that you can actually assign limiters to them at the start, and they will carry all the way through, or you can just skip them entirely and have a much easier fight.
Yeah. Oh, I noticed they're not even level 3s.
Yep. They will get bigger and better, but, we're only 2 waves in.
Yeah.
It's kind of funny how some functions, I always do that. I always say process when I mean function and function when I mean process.
Right.
I don't think that was a good naming choice. Making them so similar like that.
Yeah.
But,
Use it or lose it, right?
some functions are much, much, much better suited for certain roles.
Yeah.
Like bomb, don't make bomb your active. That's not good. Make it your passive.
Same with like the one that changes enemies to be your friends for a little while. I found that pretty much useless as an active.
Yeah, that
Because it was way better to have them out of your hair for like a couple seconds rather than having them just be invulnerable to all your attacks for 6.
yeah. Now we're starting to get into the 2.0s.
Yeah, there we are.
Still not too bad.
No.
This I've learned over the course
More the merrier.
of all of my practice runs and getting everything set up and all the recordings for this Let's Play that Cluster Bomb upgraded with itself is absurdly powerful.
I noticed that the first time you used it in the New Game Plus stuff. It was silly, to be honest.
Yeah. Guys just kind of tend to melt up against it. Especially if you slap on damage boosting things like Purge or Void. Unfortunately, dogs continue to be a problem.
Well, dogs will always be a problem.
I feel like I want to get that, cross-stitched and mounted over my fireplace.
What? Dogs will always be a
Dogs
problem?
will always be a problem.
Cats are better. And I'm not just saying that because there's one staring intently at the door.
I agree. That right there, that's another one that is much better suited as an upgrade than anything else. Snipe, the charge up time is so huge that I never feel good about using it as itself. But it makes things go faster.
It has its uses as a primary, but it is way, way, way better suited as a secondary or a passive. The wind-up is a bit of a problem. I think that it's I actually think that it's a bit fair, because if you use slam in conjunction with it, as well as having it backstab, it does quite a bit of damage.
Show him.
But, I mean, it's just way too much setup for something that takes that long to charge up.
Yeah. I'm trying very hard to plan my turns as meticulously as possible right now. And then I just, poop out a bomb and set it off with very fortunate timing, and things just sort of evaporate. Problems stop being problems.
Losing you.
How many waves is this again?
13.
Oh, wow.
Or do you
Quite a
mean how
while,
many
no
in
longer.
are? Yeah.
No, I'm in total. Yeah. There you go.
Yep. You mentioned this earlier of, using a turn just to move out of the way a little bit, and that's something I do a lot.
Yeah, like, honestly, you have to do that sometimes, because not doing that could potentially mean losing one function, and if you lose one function, then it's a slippery slope to losing the rest of them.
Yep.
Mask upgraded with mask.
Oh yeah. The first attack out of this after using that will deal 2.5 times damage.
Nice.
Yeah, see, look at that right there. 552 damage in one shot.
Yeah, that's one of the few things you can do to dogs, I guess. Aside from whatever the hell it was in the main video you did to them, goddamn.
I am almost tempted to do like a new game plus, or even just maybe a small demonstration video of me doing a couple major fights with my usual loadout. So I will show you,
like the spine and stuff.
Yeah. Oh, if you saw the video with Kaz, right?
Yeah.
Like I wasn't kidding. I can kill that thing in 2 turns.
Nice.
One of the mistakes that I frequently make is forgetting that I have certain functions equipped. For instance, it would be really, really smart to go stealth right now.
Yeah, probably.
But, oh well.
I have a problem with that, like, with a lot of games in general, where they give you a lot of options, and it's just too many to memorize all the time. And then you're looking back and you're like, oh, that would have been so helpful, but... I've gotten
you
better
out a bomb
at...
and everything's okay.
Yeah. I've gotten better at using a lot of options instead of just sticking to like 1 or 2 strategies, but it's still a problem like that I have a lot where, like, especially in action games where they give you so many things, it's like, well, like, these 5 things work, why would I use these other 12 things? My cat is giving me the stink eye because I won't let her out. I'm recording, cat. Come on. Be professional here.
put your headset onto the cat's head. I speak cat.
No, I can't get her to come close. She I was going to pick her up and put her next to the mic, but that's not happening.
Man, how many waves in are we?
I think the last time I was paying attention, we were at 8.
Oh,
That was fairly recently.
We're farther along than I thought it was. I thought we were at 5, and I was growing concerned.
This is... I like this dynamic better of just like us not really giving a shit and not having to really talk about stuff. Side videos are much more fun.
Well, it's fighting. I mean, this game is a lot of fighting.
Yeah, this game is a lot of fighting. I would be a horrible shill right now, but I think I'm a horrible shill enough for certain games in my own LPs.
I like to vomit things onto the field. Let's vomit a bunch of orbs.
Yeah, orbs. Orbs are great.
On my first run of the game, orbs are how I dealt with haunters. I would stand like just far enough away from them that they wouldn't like know exactly where I was, and I would just sort of vomit orbs in their direction, and it would kill them slowly, and it worked.
I don't think I got... I think that was one of the processes I didn't choose when I played. Because I think I only got like 11 or 12 and not all 13, because it's pretty much impossible to get all 13 in one go.
Yeah, unless you pick the high percent limiters early and basically use them all the time. Yeah, there's no way to get all of them in one shot.
Right.
The fun fact, the last function that I got on my first run, like the last of the original 13, was mask. Yeah,
Funny,
I was like, I kept reading the description, and I was like, that doesn't sound useful. So I just put it off and put it off and put it off, and now I don't go out of the house without it.
It's funny because, like I said in the other video, I like playing stealthy, thiefy characters, so I think I took Mask like the instant it became available. So I was like, hell yes, turn invisible, do extra backstab damage.
It's one of the great things about this game. It supports varying playstyles.
Yeah.
Never saw it coming.
That's the same way with Bastion too, because the weapon combinations in Bastion are just as deep. Well, maybe not just as deep as this game, because this game has like a billion different combinations that you can do.
Next round.
But
Yeah.
like,
I think the
combos-
developers actually calculated it. It's somewhere in the like tens of millions or something.
Wow. But like Bastion is really good about like giving you a bunch of weapons that have similar functions but act differently. Like there's heavy range stuff that takes a long time to use, or you can just, you know, spam things with handguns, and it's really good. Like they're good at making sure that no matter who's playing their game, like they have a play style that they'll enjoy playing it with.
Yeah. Talking of games that I'm not Let's Playing, my loadout for Bastion was the spear and the bow.
I switched around a lot, but I think I ended up with using like the flamethrower and the spear, I know I used one melee weapon in the flamethrower.
I couldn't really get into the flamethrower.
I was just impatient with armored enemies, and I wanted a way to kill them immediately.
Oh, that's why I always took the spear. Like, I upgraded it with the armor cracker.
Oh, yeah. I did switch around a lot in Bastion, though, because, like, pretty much whenever I got a new weapon, I wanted to try it out immediately, and some were stinkers. Like, I could never get the hang of the Calamity Cannon.
Yeah.
Calamity Cannon just took way too long to charge up for my liking.
Too long to charge up, and, you know, monsters like to stand on top of you all the time. And there's splash damage on that thing.
Yeah. Isn't there an upgrade that gets rid of that, though?
Yeah, but I think the, like, alternative upgrade was really, really good. And so much better that you would definitely want to have it. I haven't played that game since the year that it came out, so I'm a little fuzzy on specifics.
I played it not long after it came out, and then I played it again when it became available on PlayStation 4. Because the PlayStation 4 is not fucking impossible to program for, so they just did a really good port. So that's the reason why a lot of stuff wasn't on, that was on like PC and Xbox 360 was not on the PlayStation 3. It's because the PlayStation 3 is apparently a huge bitch to program for.
Yeah, it had some like really weird architecture.
Yeah.
Nothing made sense in.
So I can understand not wanting to like have to program the same game twice, and like the PlayStation 4 comes out and all of a sudden it's way more user friendly. So
I am sitting here trying to decide if I want to take the dog or the uppercut.
There's no question about it, man.
What?
You gotta pet the dog.
Why can't my dogs be as good as their dogs?
Yeah. Yeah, that's a big problem. We need some way better dog balance ASAP.
So ultimately, I decided to make a super dog.
Nice.
So the dog actually has like a lot of really interesting effects when you upgrade it with functions.
Yeah, I noticed that the couple times I used it. I didn't rely on the dog too much, but it was like whenever I did and I upgraded it with something, I'm like, oh, it does something completely different now.
Yep.
Give us a hand.
I was never really too fond of it because A, you can't summon the dog out of turn, and B, the summoning like ritual takes a while.
Yeah, that's
And in like a situation like this, I don't want to stop and summon a dog. Because then, you know, in the interim, I will lose half of my health, which is not something I want. On the other hand, if you can pull off tricks like this, you have all the time in the world to summon dogs.
Well, yeah. Is this whole video just this one fight?
No, there's one other fight.
Okay.
Most of this video is this one fight.
Well, yeah, I mean, I'm looking at the timestamp and it's like, well, I mean, we're well past the halfway point. I don't know, I'm used to the place having like 4 or 5 doors when it opens up, and not like 2.
No, once you get to New Game Plus, you are, if you've been doing them at every opportunity, you are just about done.
Yeah.
kind of interesting that for the AI purposes, your bombs are considered to be enemy units.
Yeah, I guess it's
Like-
just a way to get them to trigger more easily, like to manipulate the triggering stuff.
Yeah.
You ran right into that attack.
I do that sometimes.
I notice you keep forgetting to use your dog in turn, which is another problem I had with the
Yeah,
dog.
I completely forget that feature exists.
Yeah, like that's a big problem I have with the dog, is that I forget that I have to control it in turn. And if I don't, then, well, you pretty much wasted dog.
And dogs can deal with it.
Yeah.
Last one. Keep going. Ready?
Final wave, begin.
Oh, I thought you would get at least to the 3.0s.
Oh,
Though I'm
yeah,
kind of glad that you didn't, because that would mean we didn't have to deal with 3.0 dogs.
Yeah. Well, the round is yet young.
True.
Speaking of process upgrades, you mentioned previously the process upgrading to version 4.0. That doesn't actually
Yeah.
exist.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I
they
assumed
had.
because it had like 4 slots in them.
Yeah, me too, and it was driving me crazy. And there's actually like some code for it in the files, but it was never fully implemented.
Huh.
Yeah, there's things
See, I
like
didn't know that.
damage
I
boosts,
assumed
health
because
boosts.
I saw the 4th slots, but yeah.
Yeah, I did too. And I got really confused because I was like, okay, this is New Game Plus 3. Why have I not seen version 4.0 yet? And it doesn't actually exist.
Can you even imagine what 4.0 dog would be like?
It would probably
Dog
have
is literally
3
invincible.
It would probably have 3 heads and be Hades' pet.
You did it.
Fixed bug where dog was not literally invincible.
By the way, I lied. Yes, this entire video is just one challenge.
Oh, god damn it.
Guess you passed.
Jesus.
Yep, and there's still one more of those. But that's later. That's all later.
Well, at least I don't have to be here for that one.
Nope. Oh. Snap back to reality. Goodbye, Kalon.
Later.